Happy Wednesday, July 6th. Thank you guys for hopping on. Got some great stuff for you. We are going to announce our winners for our Likewize contest for the month of June, and also wanted to cover ACP with you as well. So I'm going to start with the ACP updates, and then I will turn it over to Sana to cover the Likewize section, and I do have our winners in this deck as well. So I don't give it any spoilers just yet. I want to make sure, can you guys hear me okay, and can you see my screen?
We've got you.
All right, so I wanted to start with a new and improved link for the Quest app. So any of you guys who are doing ACP, which should be a major focus for you guys, if you're not selling it, I mean, you know, one of the things when I visit my stores is say my job is to help make you as much money as possible. And ACP is one of those things that makes you as much money as possible. If you think about a simple supply and demand curve, right? If you can sell a phone for $50, or you can do that same offer for $20, obviously you're going to sell more selling that at $20. And that's exactly what ACP will do. And now I say that to make the math easy, but really it's going to be 27, right? Because you can add device protection on ACP now. So just want to start off really kind of talking about the updated links. So I'll send this deck to your DCI account managers if you want a copy of it. But I want to make sure you delete the old Quest app from your tablets and download the newest and improved versions. You're going to have improved camera capabilities on these. So it doesn't matter if it's iOS or Android, there's a link for both of those. It's going to give you the camera improvements to fix the viewer on the top of the app and avoid any overlaying on the form. So it'll fix it to select the correct camera, whether it be front or back, and give you visual guidelines to scan documents and center face pictures. So one of the things that we've been hearing is some of the pictures have been getting rejected on some of the tablets. So that has been heard, that's been escalated. And this is kind of the fix that they have here. They have updated this app. So if you have that Quest, the ask is to delete the old Quest link and install the new one, whether it's on your Android tablet or your Apple tablet. The ACP goal is 1 per day. So, you know, if you get 1 ACP per day, that's 30 extra activations for your month. And if you look at kind of our minimum goal, we set, you know, every door can be different, obviously, but the minimum bar is 50 activations per month for a branded location. If you're getting, say, 30 to 40 new without ACP, this is what's going to put you over that top. This is what's going to get you over that 50 new total. It's pushing these 1 ACP sales per day. And remember, this can be a phone, this can be a tablet, this can be a hotspot, and these are all great options, especially now that we're in July. We won't get into the money on comp, but I'm just saying the comp has changed. As far as the $0 hotspot and $0 tablet plans, there's no fear of chargebacks. There's no fear of it hurting your third month payment. Your store makes profit guaranteed upfront in month 1. So even if you're not doing the phone version for $20 for the unlimited talk, text, data, and 35 gigs, you should be able to add, hey, do you by chance need a tablet for your house, or do you have any kids? We can give you this tablet, cost you $20, your service is free up to a year's service, including you have no monthly bill. I mean, what an easy sale to push ACP. Or one of the big complaints when we went from Sprint over to Dish, right, was, oh, customers' data now throttles at 35 gigs. Used to not really throttle. Well, what better time to sell them the hotspot, right? We did great on this before. We kind of backed away from it because it was impacting third month. That stopped for a while now, but now third month is good to go. So you want to go ahead and you can push these just like you used to in the past, and we got tons of sales from it. So if a customer uses 35 gigs of data, then go ahead and turn that hotspot on, and boom, automatically they'll have the extra 35 gigs, or extra 10 gigs, I guess, on the $0 plan, but extra 10 gigs of data they can connect it to, and go from 35 gigs of high speed to 45 gigs of high speed. One of the things that changed recently is they did add increased cost of living per household, and they added the WIC program on here as well. So a lot of customers are going to qualify for this. If they participate in the Lifeline program, if their household income is at or below 200% of the federal poverty limits, so that's increased from EBB to ACP. If they're in the school lunch program, if they're in WIC, if they have Medicaid, SNAP, SSI, they are going to qualify for this program. And just an example of kind of what do those poverty guidelines, or if you say you qualify a customer for cost of living, right? If they have 3 people in their house, so say it's a single parent and 2 kids, that would be $46,060. So it's not like it's 15,000. I mean, these are pretty high. 3 people is 46,000, 4 people is 55,000. So those federal poverty guidelines have increased. 1 person is 27,000, 2 is 36, and so on and so on. I have that full chart in here on the deck if you happen to be looking online. And again, if you want to copy this deck, we can email it to you as well, give you those exact numbers. But my point here is, even if a customer doesn't say they're on SNAP or Medicaid, you can ask them, were you financially impacted by COVID last year? If so, we can see if you qualify by your income, right? So there's always kind of that extra option out there to see if you can get a customer qualified. ACP, different than EBB, right? So EBB was an emergency broadband benefit program. When this switched over, this is the affordable connectivity program. That's why it's now like a year thing. When we say 6 months to a year, you can now feel comfortable saying you have at least a year of these benefits. This is now a long-term thing. It's not an emergency short-term option. It is a long-term program for your customers. So it's huge for you guys to take advantage of this. The low-hanging fruit is still out there. I know the stores have done really good and gone gangbusters on this for the last probably, over half a year now. But, man, it's still out there. Stores are still doing really well. We see the numbers for all of our dealers, and still a ton of opportunities if you guys are really pushing this. I would push this to every customer walking in my door. Doesn't matter if it makes a payment or not. Whatever the customer may be, I'm going to ask the qualifying questions for ACP. So the current plans, again, we do have the $0 phone plan, but that one, I don't advise as much. I would go with the $20 phone plan because you're paid like a tier 1 activation in your store. In other words, you sell a $20 plan, it's just like your store selling a $50 plan. But that $0 option is still there if a customer really wants it. The $0 plans I would push, again, is the Hot Spot plan or the tablet plan, where they just pay for that hotspot or they pay for that tablet. They'll get that 10 gigabytes of data per month on either one of those, the hotspot or tablet, the 10 gigs. Then it throttles after that data usage. But it's, for new port-in existing customers, and so those are both in the expanded data network, but there's no cost to them for every month. So it's such an easy way to get 2 new activations out of a one-line sale. And as I mentioned earlier, this no longer impacts your 3MR. This no longer impacts your chargebacks. There will be no chargebacks. You're paid upfront month 1, no matter what. If the customer doesn't use it, it gets deactivated in month 2. Doesn't matter for you as a dealer. You're still paid upfront in month 1. No penalties. Okay. There is a $20 ACP hotspot plan. So if a customer does want more data on their hotspot, they could get a $20 plan, which will give them 35 gigs of that 4G, 5G high-speed data. However, if a customer's in this position, I'm probably going to recommend maybe the phone, because granted, they don't get the full 35 gigs, but they get everything that's on our $50 plan for that same $20. So we'll have 35 gigs of high-speed data to watch video on a secondary phone line. So, but if a customer doesn't want a hotspot, just want to let you know that option is out there. If you look at altogether our phone plans, they have the $20 off, or think of it as $30 off your basic plans, right, is your best bargain. So the $50 plan on ACP is going to cost you $20. So now think about, what does an add-a-line cost on our $50 plans? An add-a-line on our $50 plans costs $30. So now you can pitch customers 2 lines for $50. So where is this a sweet spot for me? When I'm doing my Smile Dial calls, I'll look at everybody who's on that $50 plan, and I'm going to call them and tell them, hey, Mr. and Mrs. Customer, what if I told you I can get you another line of service and keep your monthly bill the same? Now, obviously, when they're coming into my store, that's where my salesman hat goes on. I am going to add device protection to them as well, so their bill would go up by $7. But technically, the base service, you could get 2 lines for the exact same $50 they're paying for line 1. Now, how does that work? How do you do that in your stores? The primary would have to be the ACP line. So you sign that primary ACP up on line 1, and then you migrate their other line over to be the secondary. So the ACP is primary, that's 20. Their existing line said they already had 1 line for 50. That moves over for 30. Now they're at 2 lines for $50. And again, that's to make math easy, but really we're going 2 for 57, or even higher because we're going to put insurance on both of those phones, correct? All right, so that phone plan is huge, and you can do it on the $60 plan as well. So if you have customers that like that high definition video streaming, or they want more hotspot, you can go a $60 plan. Again, just subtract $30 off of that. So it'll be $30 for line one, and your add lines here are $40. So the big difference between ACPs and add lines is you have to stay in your lane. So if you're doing the $20 ACP plan, which is like the $50, excuse me, ACP plan, $50 regular plan, line one's 20, all your add lines are going to be 30. You cannot mix and match. So similarly, if you're doing the $60 ACP plan, which then costs you 30, right? $30 is the ACP phone plan. Your add lines would be the same cost of an add line if you're doing an AAL on a $60 plan, which is 40. So 2 for 70 if you want them both to have the benefits of the $60 plan, or 2 for 50 if you want to have the benefits of the $50 plan. These are great savings for you guys. Huge, huge opportunities. And I think we're still kind of missing the boat here, because you keep in mind, they're not just stuck to like that one base model flip phone. They can now get any phone with ACP if you go on these $5 plans or higher. Excuse me 1 second. Sorry, I had to clear my throat. Okay, so they're getting the same benefits, right? So if it's a new customer, they're getting new customer pricing. Port in, they're getting port in pricing. So if you're going on these $20 plans, these $30 plans, you can offer them any phone in your store on new customer pricing or in port in pricing. These are awesome, awesome opportunities. I want to make sure you guys are making the most out of and really pushing heavily in your stores. You know, I have some stores tell me that, you know, people don't really want it. And what I see is, I think it's more of a comfort thing. I think that maybe reps just need to be retrained on how to use the tablet, how to do the activation, because now they do require pictures, right? But if you're pitching to every customer, we've seen the success time and time again. And if you're not pitching it, obviously the results aren't going to be there. But I'm telling you guys, put that goal in for your store of 1 per day. If you have a sales team in place, if there's a manager on this call and they're not hitting their 1 per day, you know, ask them how many people do they pitch it to? How many applications did they submit that were denied? If they didn't submit any applications, they're not pushing it. And then lastly, we do have a 3 for $60 family plans. This is the best deal out there in wireless. Unlimited talk, text, data, 35 gigs of 4G, 5G, high speed with 12 gigabyte hotspot. Again, the primary has to be an ACP for this plan. The 3 for $60 ACP family plan will unlock with the promo code. So just so you know, this is another great option for you guys to add. So things to keep in mind before you activate is plan usage. Want to make sure those customers are used, whether it's a hotspot, whether it's a tablet, whether it's a phone, they're using them at least once a month. This is, again, why I like phones the best, because I know a customer's going to use their phone. Now, we did kind of mitigate any kind of issues or negativity here on the hotspots and tablets, because customers are paid upfront in month 1. But I'm calling this out again to you guys, because if you're telling that customer, hey, you have a year of benefits on this, you need to make sure they understand you have to use it every month. If you get a tablet for $0 for that 10 gigabytes of data, if they go month 2 and they don't use it at all, you know, there's a good chance the government could just shut that off. It says 0 users, they shut it off. Now, you as a business owner, you're still paid upfront, guaranteed month 1, no chargebacks. So profitability-wise, you're still okay, but experience for the customer, not going to be great. You need to make sure they are using these at least once a month, whether it's a phone, hotspot, or tablet. Now, on the phone piece, the phones that like a $20 phone plan, right? Those are paid differently. They're paid month 1, month 2, month 3, so on, so on. So they do need to show usage on them for sure, which they will on a phone. It's specifically the tablets and the hotspots on the $0 plans are the only ones that are paid $0 upfront, or they're paid upfront month 1, and there's no risk of anything happening, not getting paid any other money on it because you're paid the first month. So that was a little confusing. Any questions on this before I move on?
Looks like we're good.
Okay. All right. Some other best practices for ACP. Again, it's a numbers game. The more you offer, the more you're going to sell. Never clerk a payment. So this, I kind of touched on this a little bit. Is doesn't matter if your customer's coming in for your store for a new phone, for an upgrade, just to pay their bill. You don't ever want to clerk a payment. That's what they do, if you go to a convenience store or a gas station. You guys are solutions consultants. Your stores are specialty stores. If they come into your location, they're coming in there for boosts. So you make sure you are capitalizing and maximizing on that opportunity. My recommendation is to lead with that phone offer, again, because the customers are going to use that every single day. You can do tablets or hotspots if they say no to the phone or they want to pay the $20 extra per month. Then you can pitch to, okay, what if I could give you a tablet and you pay $0 per month? You pay the $20 and you own it. So that's where you pivot to that. You can't beat a tablet that has data usage for $20 and you own it. That's amazing. So tablets and hotspots are a great way to turn that one-line sale into a two-line sale, as well as the phone. When you're doing the activations now, super important to take a clear picture of yourself and the customer in the Quest application. And reminder, make sure that you download the new Quest app. Don't ever take a picture of the ceiling or a picture of a picture because those are going to get rejected. Every single review now, every single submission now is reviewed. Doesn't take long. It takes less than 5 minutes, but they are reviewed to make sure that everything is legit because there were a lot of people out there that weren't doing things the right way. So they kind of crack down on making sure the dealers are activating correctly. So make sure you're taking that clear picture of yourself and the customer in that Quest application. All right, that is all I have for ACP. Sana, are you on? Are you back up and running?
I am on. Can you guys hear me okay?
We gotcha.
All right, let me just go ahead and share my screen here and not...
There it is. We got it.
You got it. Awesome. So kind of to piggyback on a lot of the stuff you were saying, Adam, and you guys are going to hear a lot of this from Boost as well as DCI, everybody. So this is what you're seeing, right? You're seeing 2 lines for 50, 3 lines for 60, 2 lines for 70. The way we would like you guys to speak it Likewize is in these terms, right? Let's bundle it. It's 2 lines for 64, 3 lines for 81, and then we have the Unlimited Plus plan, which will be 2 lines for 84. If we start talking in these terms, it's going to be real natural to us, right? And we're going to go ahead and bundle all of these guys with their necessary Boost Shield that's going to save them from a lot of trouble later. So different phrases to use when attaching Boost Shield to ACP, but really this goes for everything. Yeah, we can get you 3 lines for 90. With complete Boost Shield, we can get it for 81. Can we see if we can get you qualified? Right? Because let's make sure, especially in these times of financial struggle, let's see what kind of benefits they're getting, how they qualify, if they qualify, and then they can basically get their Boost Shield for a massive discount also. You qualify for a $30 discount on your plan. Let's go ahead and put $7 of that discount onto your Boost Shield and make sure that you're completely protected. Does that sound good? Notice it's a very assumptive close, right? So what we're doing is it's a question. Obviously, we're offering it to them, but we're kind of assuming that they're going to take it because at the end of the day, we know that this is in their best interest and it's just going to be the best possible opportunity for them. I love this one. Let's reinvest $7 of that discount into making sure that if the worst happens, you can easily replace your device for a low deductible. If not, you're looking at a minimum of, let's take the pure, $130 plus activation plus setup plus taxes, depending on where you live. We're looking at $170, right? So let's reinvest $7 of that discount to make sure that if something happens, which it does a lot, you're not on the hook for $170 for the pure. Some phrases that we use in overcoming objections with Boost Shield, specifically to ACP, but really for everything. A lot of times you're going to hear, I don't need it. I'm careful with my phone. I never break it. I'll just get a case. Well, unfortunately, the case you are getting does not cover against lost or stolen, right? What's the plan if that happens? So instead of asking questions, do you want insurance? We want to ask questions like, what's the plan if that happens, right? And then try to get inside of their head and what their plan is, because if they say that they're going to leave, how does that discount work later? These are kind of things you want to pose to them before they decide to deny the 23 cents a day that we're offering them for full protection. I don't need insurance. Hopefully they're not using the word insurance. That's like a bad word for us on our side. I don't need Boost Shield. Maybe they're saying, well, while Boost Shield might not seem necessary now, I guarantee it's going to prove valuable later. Let me show you how. We can even at that point go into some of the McAfee benefits. Just because they're getting ACP, if they add Boost Shield, they still have access to every single benefit that Boost Shield has to offer. I'm good for now. I'll just buy it later. There's a lot of reasons we want to stop that. Number one, guys, if they add it anytime after point of activation, it delays their coverage period by a lot. Let's say they add it 1 hour after point of activation, they're not going to be covered for up to 60 days. Not only that, the store doesn't get paid. It doesn't show up on reporting. You've got no opportunities to win contests. That whole list goes on. But really, this guy with the no face in orange says if you drop your phone on the way home and you crack the screen, you're going to have to get a replacement at full price point, which again comes back to that $170 full price for the Pure that they just got for like, what, 10 bucks? So let's make sure that that is clear. We just want to be talking in terms of those total prices, bundle it in with Boost Shield off the get-go, and then you can always take it away later. But can we get to the good stuff now? Yeah, green light. I'll take your silence as acceptance. Okay, so $500 in gas money for first place, $250 in gas money for second place, and a big old lunch up to $50 if you won third place. We do want to acknowledge an incredible market that went up significantly during this DCI contest. Puerto Rico, you guys absolutely killed it collectively. You were a group that went up and all of you pushed, so great job there. Went up almost 8% month over month. But the winners of our contest, first place, we got the industry group in Puerto Rico. They went up 900%. So that's the increase. What we did was we looked at where they were before, how much they are now. A 900% increase in 1 month. They won $500. Fast Wireless on Lawrence Avenue in Chicago went up 480%. They won $250. We Are Wireless in Chicago Heights went up 354%, and they were actually already doing really good too. So those guys won lunch over there. Great job for all the Lyft winners. Let's move on to the highest attach rate winners. We have Blue Ridge Stop and More in KC. They ended the month at 83%. 83% Boost Shield, you guys. That is absolutely incredible. For all of you guys out there that is like 50% is too high, there's people out there doing 83%. Amazing job. They just won $500 because of it. We got Independent Cell Phones in Independence, Missouri. They're at 76% Boost Shield. That's total attach rate. So we're looking at the new lines and the upgrades. They just won $250 for that 76%. STL City Mobile out in St. Louis ended the month at 76% attach rate. Absolute fire numbers. Everyone did an amazing job. Those guys have lunch on us. For everybody who won the contest, please reach out to your Likewize rep. Most of you guys is me. I think we got one in PR. Leads up to Daniel. He's on the call. We'll make sure that you guys have our contact information and we'll send out gift cards right away.
Woohoo! Congratulations to all the winners out there. Fantastic job, guys.
And if anyone is in the area and wants to drive me around because I can't actually afford gas, feel free. I'll give you guys my schedule. So great job. A lot of money on the line. This isn't the last time we're going to do it. I do want to mention that we track this. We're always checking DCI's performance. And as the numbers go up, we talked about this in January. When the numbers go up, the contests get better. This was a pretty big one, but let's keep pushing. And, maybe next time we do something even bigger.
Very good. Thank you so much. All right, guys, we really appreciate your time. Sana, thank you for hopping on and, big opportunity to bundle protection with ACP, guys, right? So make sure you're putting that on there, whether it's a new line, an upgrade, an ACP sale. Always make sure you guys are bundling with protection. It's more money in your pockets, and it takes care of the customers and keeps them from porting away from our competition. Remember, one of the key things for device protection is most phones break within the first 30 to 60 days. And if your phone's not protected and you tell them that that phone they just got for 20 bucks is going to cost them 300 bucks, they're going to probably port out to the competition. But if it's covered, they pay a small deductible, they're going to stay your customers. And those claims are filled overnight, so they'll get their phone the very next day. So it's just an awesome program. I couldn't believe in it more. I want to make sure you guys are all completely bought in as well. But that's all I got for this week. Sonny, you got anything else for the team?
No, but we appreciate everything you guys are doing out there every day and the hustle. If you ever need anything from Likewize or any sort of support, please feel free to reach out.
Thank you guys.
And great job to the contest winners.
Absolutely. Woohoo! Well earned, guys. Well deserved. Thank you guys so much. Have a great week. Happy selling, and we'll talk to you next week. Thank you.
Thank you.